Hello everyone. Once again, welcome to my channel. My name is Shiva Krishnan and I upload videos related to data analytics and its tools such as Power BI, Excel and AI. And in near future, I may create videos related to making a presentation as well. Okay. So in case if you're new to my channel, I would like to extend a warm welcome to my channel, and to the existing subscribers on my channel, I like to thank you for your continuous support. Thank you very much. So in today's video, we are going to create an amazing dashboard, very similar to the one that you can see on the screen. Okay, so this is the dashboard that I've already created, and the reason that I'm just highlighting the image is because I already have another Power BI file on my system, and I cannot keep two Power BI files open because both of them are very heavy. Okay, and if I keep both of them open and I try to write a tax query and everything, the Power BI file gets stuck, and that interferes with the recording of the video also. Okay, so I hope that you would understand where I'm coming from. All right, and end of the day, you want to know how am I creating this dashboard, right? So the one that has already been created, you want to know how that is being created, correct? So let's get started with the today's video. Okay, so before I start, I would also like to inform you well in advance that this is going to be a very lengthy video, so kindly stay tuned. The reason being, I am not just going to create a dashboard, I'm also going to do the presentation along with that. I mean, once the dashboard has been created. Okay, because let's assume that I am going to present this dashboard in front of senior managers, okay, vice presidents, presidents, and directors. So imagine that if I have to present the dashboard in front of them, right? So I have to give them a detailed explanation and detailed analysis, and as in what is the dashboard all about, right? Not just to create a dashboard and be done with that. No, you have to look from the business viewpoint. What sense is it making, and how, as a data analyst, you can help the businesses, right? So that is also one of the core things of a data analyst. You just have no, you cannot simply focus on the technical part, but you have to focus on the business outcome, because end of the day, that is what is going to matter. Okay, so let's get started. And to begin with, I have this color code for the Power BI's report page. Okay, I'll click on format the report page, and in the visualization section, and then click on color, click on more colors, and then paste the code. No, I'm so sorry. I think I could not properly copy this. Okay, now I think must have been copied. So now you can see that by pasting this code, the color of the page has been changed. Okay, this part has been done, and now I will be inserting the shape, where we'll be adding the title for our Power BI dashboard. Okay, in the meanwhile, I would like to give my heartfelt acknowledgement to a new YouTuber named Data Science Studio, and basis his video, I created the dashboard that I had just shown this to you. Okay, basis his video, I created the dashboard. So the dashboard, most of the dashboard is a replica of his dashboard. So um, I'd like to thank Data Science Studio for his hard work, and creating this amazing dashboard. All right, now I've added this shape here. Click on style, turn off the fill button. Okay, and then I will change, I will select another color code for the visual. All right, and then I click on text, enable that. I'll scroll down, click on font color, click on more colors, and paste the color code. Okay, and then I will write the title. I'll also increase the size to 45, and I'll write food and beverages sales dashboard. Okay, this part is done here, and I'll just ensure that the letter B is in uppercase letters. Okay, and I'll ensure that it is bold as well, and I'll increase the size to 50. Okay, this is looking amazing and this is looking great. Now I'll walk you through the entire data set so that you have an understanding. Okay, the first sheet named product, this Excel sheet has 798 rows, almost 800 rows. Okay, and then the second sheet named sheet 1 has 260,097 rows, so almost 261,000 rows. Okay, now, and that in mathematical terms, in Indian mathematical terms, stands for 2,61,000 rows approximately. Okay, now throughout the video I'll be sticking with the global mathematical terms such as 100,000 and million, you know, because let's say that if you are presenting this to an American or a British person, your client happens to be that, and then they would not be comfortable with terminologies such as lakhs and crores. They wouldn't understand that. Okay, and they would not appreciate that. So I was taking with global standards, global mathematical terms such as million and 100,000. And in case if you really want to find that out, obviously you can do the Google search and you can get the answers. Okay, so here I've added the title and I've shown you the data set. All right, so now let us go step by step. The first step, or first task, or first step is to create 3 different DAX queries to find out total revenue, total orders, and average order price. So I'll click on my Power BI report and click on sheet 1, and let us see. Here you can clearly see that you cannot find the total revenue, which is the total sales amount. You cannot find that, and you have all the other information. So we are going to right click and select new measure, and then we will write our DAX query. Okay, so in the meanwhile, right, while I write the DAX query, okay, I would like to also point out that why is data analytics important. Okay, now before I write this DAX query, I would like to explain why data analytics, right? And you have heard about the fact that there are few departments that are crucial for every organization, every company, such as human resource, legal, finance, marketing, MIS, okay, etc. These are the important departments of every organization, the admin team, right, admin department. So similarly, data analytics is also an important department for every organization and every company. And in the absence of data, many companies cannot thrive at all. And even for survival mode, they would definitely need the data analytics as a department to um, tell them that, like, where is their business heading and what is going to happen, right? For example, you have seen the last video, human resource analytics dashboard, right? That is a part of HR analytics, and that again is a sub part of data analytics. And then you have marketing analytics, that again is a part of data analytics. You have sales analytics, that's a part of data analytics. You have financial analysis, that again is a part of data analytics, right? And the MIS work, that is a part of admin team and everything, right? See, so now you would have understood that, why data analytics is such an important field, okay? And everything what we do today is data in one way or the other. Even for entertainment, there is data involved, all right? So data is almost there in everything, okay? And if you want me to explain in very simple terms, so for example, people who are a part of the middle class, right? They would be obviously having the habit of doing the budgeting and everything, okay? So some people may be doing the budgeting in notepad, some people do this in notebook, some people do in Excel sheet, all right? So what happens, like, obviously, um, when the economy is not good, or the situations are not good around. For example, COVID-19 was the excellent example, right? During that time, many businesses were lost, many people became unemployed. So during those times, what did people do? People had to cut down the unnecessary expenditure. So they would have got information, the data basis their budget and everything. They would have figured out that, okay, this is unnecessary. I have to cut this down. I have to cut that down. So similarly, even in the field of business also, when business is not doing well, they will look at the data and they will start eliminating unnecessary expenditure, right? So again, that also is a part of the data analytics. All right. So now you would have understood why this field is so important. Okay. So now I'm writing this DAX query called SumX. Okay. So first, what I will do is I'll write sheet one, and that's the name of a table. Okay. SumX is uh, very helpful when you have to do a row level calculation, okay? So each and every row has quantity and then you have a unit price, so you have to find out the value for that particular row, and then when you add all the rows together, you will be obviously getting the cumulative total, and that's where you have the sum x useful for you, okay? So what is the expression? I'm going to write, say, quantity, the sheet 1 quantity into unit price, okay? I close a bracket and I hit enter, and in a few minutes time this DAX query will be created, all right? So now, while writing DAX queries, I often have realized this, that one DAX query is interlinked with another DAX query, okay? And often you may have to write several DAX queries so as to create a really meaningful dashboard, okay? Now the next will be what? Total orders. Total orders is equals to distinct count, because we want the unique number of orders, okay? And this is there in sheet 1, the order number, right? I'll select that, close the bracket, hit enter. This will give us the total for total orders, okay? This is done. And then finally the average order price. So you figured out that, there are three different DAX query. This second DAX query that I wrote, testing count, was pretty much a very simple DAX query, right? And now we are going to go into somewhat complex, I would say. Not that complex, but yeah, somewhat, because this is a DAX query named divide. Okay, average order price. Average order price is equals to divide. So we are going to obviously divide the total revenue by total orders. Okay, that is the numerator. See, numerator will be what? Will be total revenue, and the denominator will be total orders. And then you want the alternate result to be inverted commas and blank. That is not that important, but I'm just writing this so that our DAX query can be completed. Okay, and this, the third DAX query has also been created. You can clearly see this. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to cross check to see if our calculation has been correct, and is very going to be important. But this is not going to be part of the uh, I mean, I'm not going to create the dashboard all of a sudden, but I'm just cross checking. Okay, the total revenue, I'll place that in fields. I want to see 17.91. I know this is the correct answer. Okay, so we are good with this. And then what I'm going to do is I will add the total orders 53,000. Again, it is correct. And then the average order price, it's 341 actually, right? And I'll just cross check that because I've already added the data in the presentation. See, it is correct. Okay, so now this part is done, right? I will remove this here, and for the time being I'll delete this card. All right, so we have created three different DAX queries here. All right, you can clearly see this. Okay, and I would like to obviously point out that we can, I'm not just saying that I'm the only YouTuber from whom you can learn. Obviously, the more YouTubers from whom you're learning, it will be actually beneficial for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll be writing done as for the task 1. This has been completed. Okay, and I'll click on save, Control S. And the second step is what? The total revenue, total orders, and average order price has to be highlighted in cards, right? So let's create one by one. What I'm going to do is I'll create a card here, add value, and then I'll copy the cards. Okay, I'll add the first value, which is total revenue. It's what, 17.91 million. Okay, I will obviously resize this, and I'll place this on the right hand side, because on the left hand side we would need some space for the slicer. You saw that in the image, right? If you want, I'll highlight this to you once again. I'll just open this, and you can clearly see that on the left hand side, the product category, channel, and quarters, these are nothing but they are slicers. Okay, so I'll close them. I'll close that and come back to my report page. And what I'm going to do, I'll do the formatting for this, and then I'll do the copy paste. Okay, I'll turn off category label, click on general, click on effects, turn off background, and then click on callout value and click on color, and I already have the color code here, and I'll simply select that one. Then I click on general, click on title, and I'll mention total revenue. Total revenue. I'll scroll down, change the text color to this one, and increase the size to 20. I'll ensure that the title is placed in the center. Okay, I'll place to the extreme right, and maybe somewhat here. I think this much space will be um, enough for our slicer. I'm just trying to see. I will try to add a slicer, and I'll cross check if that space is going to be sufficient. I'll resize this and cross check. Okay, so what are the two things? I'll click on product, and let's see, product name, right? I'll place that. No, not the product name. I think it's the product group. No, I think it's a product category. Right. So now, I think we are fine with the space part also. I'll do the slicer settings, and it's already there in a vertical list. I can do some adjustment and increase the value and everything. I think I'm fine with the space for the slicer part here. I'm fine with this. Okay, so I just wanted to cross check that if there is space here, sufficient space for slicer. I'll click on this, and I'll remove this for the time being. Now I'll control C, and I'll do control V, and I'll do one more time. Okay, and in the second card, I'll remove total revenue, and I'll place total orders, and of course I will change the title to total orders. Okay, and finally, no, okay, now this part is looking good. And finally, the average order price. Click on the visual part, click on the data part, remove the total revenue, and then place average order price in the field section. What I'm going to do is click on general, click on data format, scroll down, and then click on currency. And then what I'm also going to do is I'll make sure that I don't need decimal places. Okay, and I will do the similar thing for total revenue. I'll say this is a currency, right? We're fine with this, and I'll try to make these cards more attractive. Okay, Now let's see. What I'll do is I'll try to enable the visual border so that the cards look more attractive. Scroll down, change the color to this one, click on rounded corners and increase it to 20, and then I will click on format painter, apply the same format for the other card as well. Alright, now I'll try to place them. I'll try and see if this M letter is visible. Okay, now it's looking better. I'll make sure that they are placed adjacent to each other. Of course, I have to resize these cards a little bit so that they look you know very much in alignment with each other. This one is not looking that good, so I will increase the size for this card. Now it's looking better, I guess. Okay, all right, now this is looking good so far. All right, so this part is done. So I'll click on my Word file and I'll say done. Second task is done. Okay, the third task is to display the quarterly revenue and order data using line chart and stacked column chart. So it's per quarter, right? Click on Power BI. So it's the line and stacked column chart where we want to highlight the data. I'll resize this and see. Now in the x-axis, I'm going to add the order date, and in y-axis, let us see the total revenue. And in the line axis, right, we will have the total orders, the data for total orders. So obviously we need the data for just the quarter, right? So I will remove all those things that I don't need. I'll remove year, month and the day. All right, what I'm going to do is I will click on format a visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off the background, and I'll click on visual, click on colors, scroll down, and I'll change the color to this one, okay, which is light teal color if I'm not wrong. And then for the line color, I'll change the color for line also, so that the line is pretty much visible against a dark blue color, right? So ideally I think this is navy blue, right? But again, on navy blue you would still need a very distinct color, right? So now you can clearly see the line. All right, and I'm not too sure if I need to turn on the visual border. I think I'll try to do that so that it looks more attractive. Change the color to light teal and then increase the rounded corners to 20. Okay, and then I'll do the formatting for x-axis. and the y-axis. Click on x-axis, click on color, click on this color so that you can clearly see the quarters here. Okay, click on bold and then do the formatting for y-axis. Scroll down, click on values, change the color to light teal, right? And then I think you may have to do the changes for legend also, so that the one on the left, you can clearly see this, right? You can see this here, and I think there is a title for the y-axis also. uh, Let me scroll down to the complete bottom. It will take some time. Now I may have said this earlier also, there's a lot to learn, right? Okay, so I think I'm done with this particular visual. This is looking good so far. All right, and no, I don't think so. I think we need to do the changes for the title. Click on general, click on title, total revenue and total orders by quarter. Scroll down, change the text color to light teal and ensure it is bold. Scroll down and place it in the center. Okay, this is looking good. And then you must have noticed that there is a blank, right? We don't need that. So click on this visual and click on order date, select all, uncheck this blank. So now you don't have any more blank, and I'll hide the filter once again. Okay, this part is done. I'll go to my Word file and I'll click as done. And then we would need display total revenue by product group using stack bar chart. Stack bar chart, let me click on that. Of course I will resize this. Let's see. Okay, in y-axis we would need product group. Y-axis we would need product group, and in x-axis we will highlight the total revenue. I'll place that here. Okay, I'll click on format a visual, click on bars. I'll ensure that the color for the bars will be light teal, because that looks very much appropriate against the navy blue color. Turn off the background, click on title, scroll down, and then you can see the text color. You can change it to light teal. Click on bold, increase the font size. We're good to go. And then I'll be doing some formatting for x-axis and y-axis. Change the color to light teal so that you can see the product group names on the left, and I'll do the similar formatting for x-axis also. Okay, and I really like to know always um, appreciate your continuous patience in watching these type of videos. Trust me, sometimes I may also get bored and all those things, which I understand. It's always human nature, but believe me, if we are well prepared, then it's going to help us. Otherwise, it's not going to. Okay, so if I click on the focus mode, you can see all the product groups, right? And we can see the data on the bottom and on the left also. Okay, I'm just trying to find out the one on the left, which is product group, which is for, I believe, product group. We have placed the product group in y-axis, so therefore it has to be there under y-axis, the formatting part, right? The title, I believe, let me click on the title part. Okay, now I figured out. I'll have to change that to light teal. Click on bold, increase the size. It's product group. Okay, I click on x-axis, and then again you may have a title. Do we have a title there? No, I think there is no title, so I think we are done. We are fine with this, right? We have the product group here, and then we have the revenue and everything. All right, this part is done. I'll also do the formatting. I'll make sure that this visual is a rounded rectangle. Click on visual border, click on light teal color, increase the rounded corners to 20. This makes sure that this is looking very much attractive, and that's the purpose of doing the formatting of visual border and all those things, right? Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure that whether the space is going to be appropriate or not. So that's why I'm just cross checking. I'm just checking. If I enlarge this, you would get to see the information, and I think later on then we can do the adjustment when it comes to. So I'll try to enlarge that, because any which ways we have not placed the donut chart yet. So uh, and this is, by the way, pretty much resized, so I'll try to enlarge this, and then I think we may have to be a little conservative when it comes to space for the other visuals also, right? Because you may have to see the matrix visually, would need a lot of space. Okay, you have the bar chart, or maybe I'll try to resize this so that I can add another visual on the bottom. I'll try, I'll see. So this part is also done. Total revenue by product group. Alright, done. And save that. And then we have total revenue and order data by month using line chart and stack column. Let's resize this. Okay. So we want to see the total revenue and order data by month, right? Using line chart and stack column. Okay. Click on that. So I'll place the data in x-axis. We will place order date. Scroll down. In y-axis, I'll place the revenue, and in line axis, I'll place the total orders. Okay. I'll remove year, remove quarter, remove day. All right. So this part is done. Click on formatting visual, and then click on column. Change the color to light teal. Click on general. Click on effects. Turn off background. All right. And then I'll do the formatting for the secondary y-axis, which has the line. And scroll down and find out that, okay, find the lines here. Scroll down. Then you have the color. I'll change, obviously, change it to orange so that you can see the line clearly, right? And then the formatting for the y-axis and x-axis. Click on x-axis. The values are turned off. I will turn them on. I don't know why it's not getting. Maybe there is no space. Maybe in that case I will try to place it here, so that if I could increase this, and then the values should be turned on. Change it to light teal. Light teal, TEAL. And I think I may as well enlarge this visual. And here I'm done with the formatting for x-axis. Click on y-axis, scroll down, and then you have values. Change the color for the values. So this indicates that the values on the left is properly visible. Click on general, turn on visual border, change the color to light teal, increase the rounded corners to 20, and then you scroll upwards, and then you do the formatting for the title. Scroll down, change the color to light teal, ensure it is bold, and you place the title in center. Okay. And let me enlarge this a little bit so that you can clearly see the months and everything. I click on focus mode, and now you can clearly see the data here, right? Back to report. All right, now this is done. No, I don't think I'm done. I think I'll just try to do a little bit of more formatting. Click on legend beneath the secondary y-axis. Click on text, scroll down, change the color to light teal, scroll upwards, scroll down, and I think we are pretty much done with most of the formatting. I'm just trying to cross check. Okay, so now you can see that on the left hand side, right, there is for the y-axis. So you cross check that there is a title for that. You change the color to teal. So now you can see total revenue written. Okay, and then lastly I think it will be the formatting for the x-axis title. There must be title for that also. I don't know why it's not getting turned on. In which ways you can see the months and the information here. So I'm fine with this particular visual. Okay, I'll write it as done. In the meanwhile, I would like to give my acknowledgement to other YouTubers, right? Such as Learn with Lokesh Lalwani, Pawan Lalwani, Kenji Explains, Data Science Studio, and some other amazing YouTubers who are really giving a lot of helping hand to themselves and fellow data analysts as well. Okay, so this part is done, and now what will be our next step? Our next task will be to display total revenue by salesperson using bar chart. Do we use clustered bar chart? No, we'd be happy with stacked bar chart. The reason being, you know, we are just seeing the data only for salespeople. There is not for multiple categories or anything like that. I don't think so. I'll be fine with the stacked bar chart. In y-axis, I'll place salesperson. In x-axis, we will see the total revenue. All right. Now once again, I'll click on filters, and then I'll click on salesperson. And here you can see filter type, basic filtering. I'll click on top N. I want to see the data only for top 3. I'm going to click on C. No, 3. Okay, I think we're good to go now. You can clearly see the data for top 3 salespeople, right? Click on this visual again, and I'll click on bars, scroll down, change the color to light teal, and then click on general, click on effects, turn off background. Now you can see the data here, right? Obviously we're not done yet. I'll click on y-axis, change the color to light teal. So now you can see the name of the salespeople clearly. You can just place the cursor on the names and you can see the data for yourself. Okay, right, and this part is done. So then we're left with what? X-axis. Scroll down and click on values, change the color to light teal. Click on general, and I click on visual border and scroll down, change the color to light teal, increase the rounded corners to 20. Not sure what happened here. Okay, I think now it's good to go. And then I'll scroll upwards, click on title, scroll a little bit downwards, change the color to text color to light teal. I'll show that the title is bold. Okay, and then the final formatting for the one on the left. I think that is for y-axis, legend part, I believe. Let me click on y-axis. I think it's a title. Let me scroll down, change the color to light teal. Now you can see it says sales people, right? Click on bold. Alright, so this part is done. I'll go to Word file. I'll type done. So now we're left with what? Total orders by sales people, and for that we are using clustered column chart. Or I think even a stacked column chart will also do. I think it will be fine. So I'll add the salesperson in x-axis and the total orders in y-axis. So I'll click on format the visual, click on general, now click on columns, change the color to light teal, or for a change shall I click with orange color, and let me click on focus mode and see if this is looking good against the white background. And I'll also ensure that if I turn off the background, is it looking good? No, I think it is affecting the uniformity. So that's one of the reasons why I'll stick with the colors that I've used for the other visuals. Change the color to light teal, and even if I click on focus mode, it is still fine. This color is still okay, I believe. The whole thing is that we want to make sure that the uniformity of the uh, visuals across the dashboard, that is not getting affected. Okay, click on general, turn on visual border, change the color for the visual border to light teal, increase the rounded corners to 20. Okay, and then scroll upwards, click on title, scroll downwards, change the text color to light teal, click on bold, and then we're left with the formatting for the y-axis and x-axis. Now you must be wondering, like, oh my god, there are so many steps involved in creating the dashboard and everything. Well, you know, creating the dashboard is not the only thing. You may be asked to create plenty of other reports, and all these are part and parcel of the, you know, roles and responsibility of data analyst, right? So I've done the changes for the values and the title under y-axis so that you can clearly see the data here. And scroll down, I'll ensure it is bold so that you can see There it says total orders, right? And then we have to do the formatting for x-axis also. Now click on x-axis, change the color to light teal. So now you can see the name of the salespeople clearly, right? I'm just placing the cursor to find out the names of the salespeople. Okay, we're done with this, right? And I'll hide the filter. Okay, so now I'm just wondering, this part is done, right? I was wondering how do we demonstrate the visual and where do we keep the donut charts? I think for the bottom portion, I'll be keeping the matrix visual, and then on the top, on the I mean in the middle, we'll keep the other donut charts also. Maybe I will do that way because see, the matrix visual is also very important, right? Here we are going to, oh, I'm so sorry. Click Control Z. All right. So now I'll place a cursor on the page and then click on matrix visual. This will need a lot of space. Okay. So here, prepare the heat map using the visual, right? So I've created this dashboard just recently, so things are not by heart for me, but that's okay. You know, we are creating the dashboard, so you can do it as per your own convenience, right? End of the day, management wants to see the data. So we'll place the salesperson in the rows section. In the row section, we'll place the salesperson. Okay. I'll scroll down, and in values, we'll be seeing the first thing will be what? Total revenue, then total orders, and then the average order price. Okay. My God, there's a lot of, you know, uh, work involved, right? So I know. And we are not even done with the presentation. I mean, we are not even done with the dashboard. And then we also have to create, I have to give the presentation also, right? So I really would request you to be very patient, and all this is a part and parcel. We have to learn. Okay. Click on the vertical grid lines also, and I'll see. I'm just wondering if I need to do anything for the border. No. I'll turn off the title. Click on effects, turn off background, and I'm just trying if I could, uh, enlarge this total table here. Turn on the visual border because there's a lot of empty space. Maybe I think I will try to increase the size for the values, and possibly that may increase and take over the blank space. Let's see. Should I increase it to 0? No. 1 1. Maybe that's okay, I guess. I think I can also resize this any given time, right? Yeah, that's all fine. All right. So let me click on general again. Click on general. I will not do the formatting for the data uh, format. No. Click on visual border. Change the color to light teal. Increase the rounded corners to 20. I think now it's looking better, I believe. I'm wondering what could be the appropriate title. Hmm. Maybe should I write sales performance? I'll write performance by salespeople because I can't think of any other title. Performance by sales people. I'll scroll down, click on light teal and ensure it is bold. Increase the size to 1.8. Okay, so now we will do the formatting for uh, each and every row, column and everything. Okay, I'll click on values and I'll click on text color. I'll select this light color, light teal. Click on background color, navy blue, and then click on alternate text color. Again it will be the same, light teal, and alternate background color as dark, I'm sorry, navy blue, right? Column headers, again text color will be light teal and the background color will be navy blue, right? So now it's getting very attractive, right? Little by little all the values are getting highlighted. Click on row headers, click on text color, light teal, click on background color, navy blue. Ensure they are bold. And I'll do the same formatting for column headers also. I'll ensure they are bold. Okay. Let me resize this a little bit. See, now it's looking better. Click on this visual, formatting visual. I'll scroll down and then click on column subtotals. Click on values. change the text color to light teal, and the similar formatting for row subtotals also. I think there is no provision for me to do any changes here, no, I think I figured out. There's values, changes to light teal, right? And now time for column grand total. Change the text color to light teal, and I'll do the same changes for row grand total. Okay, so now you can see all the data is properly visible, right? And it's all looking good. But we are not done with this, you know, matrix visual, because here's where we'll be doing the heat map. Okay, so let me click on this, and let me click on this visual. Let me click on filter. Here, I click on salesperson, uncheck, sorry, select all, uncheck blank. So now that blank part is also gone. Okay, click on filter again. Alright, now what I will do is I will scroll down to the total, I'm sorry, to the bottom, click on cell elements, and then for each and every parameter we have to, you know, show the heat here. I'll click on background color, click on effects. So for the minimum value, I'll select this light gray, and for the highest value I'll show it as red. See, you can see some red color and everything, right? And I'll do the same formatting for total orders. Once again I will turn on the background color and have the same formatting for the minimum and the highest value. See, now this is also done. And finally, for the formatting for average order price, once again I'll turn on the background color, click on effects, click on the color for lowest value, click on the gray color part, and then for the highest value it will be for what, dark red, and then click on OK. So now you can clearly see that our entire heat map is ready. And if you want me to sort out, let me see, how would I sort it? I will sort it by total revenue. Okay, click on focus mode, you see the data, right? So the one is red indicates that they are the one who are doing really good job, and all those things, which I see like highest, like plenty of focus, like for example Carla, Julio, Gustavo, all these people are data for them is in the red. Okay, it highlights, that's one of the important aspect of tree map. So you get to see the highlight. Okay, you can just by looking at the map itself, like you clearly can see that these are the people who are doing an incredible job, right? And that's one of the reasons for using this tree map. So we are done with this tree map. What I'm going to do is I'll write done. So now the final part of our dashboard, we need three different donut chart: total revenue by channel. That will be our first donut chart. So let's see. I'm wondering if I need to, you know, present them in this particular box. Let me see. Click on donut chart. I'll place them here and see how does it look like. And then later on I will try to adjust the cards and everything. Okay. In legend, what do we need? We need total revenue by channel. So the channel, I'll place that in legend, and then in values place the total revenue. Let's cross check this. I think that's the one. Yes, total revenue by channel. We're done with this, right? Now I'll click on format visual, and before that I'll change the color. I don't need this dark blue because it will not look appropriate against navy blue color. So maybe I will select maybe this color, or maybe I will go with, I guess, white. And then click on general, click on effects, turn off background. So now you can clearly see that, right? The slices color for all the slices are properly visible. Okay. Okay, now it's looking good. I'll turn on visual border, scroll down, change the color to light teal. Okay, this is done, and increase rounded corners to 0. And then I'll do the formatting for the rest of the parts of this donut chart. Click on legend, click on text, click on this color. Try to resize this a little bit, and then click on general. Click on title, scroll down, change the text color to light teal, ensure that the title is bold and is placed in the center. Okay, and then I may have to do the formatting for the values, which is beneath the detail labels. Change the color to light teal. Let me click on focus mode and see if I could see the data. Maybe I'll do one thing. I'll change the color of the slice or distributor to light teal, so that when I click on focus mode, okay, you can clearly see this color. Because if it's white and if I click on focus mode for doing the presentation, then it will not look good. Okay, this is done. I'll click on this visual, Control C, Control V, I'll do Control C, and once again Control V. Oh wow, okay, I'm fine. I mean, all these uh, donut charts got placed beside, I mean adjacent to each other. So in the visual, that in the donut chart that we have, the second donut chart, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll highlight total orders, total revenue by channel, total revenue by product category, total revenue by product category, right? So I'll remove channel and place product category in legend section, and I'll click on no, I will not use the same formatting because I may have to use a different color for this slice. Format a visual, click on slice. For this dark blue, right, I will select orange, or maybe I'll select some other color. Maybe I think I'll select pink. It's still better because see, we want to make sure that no, this visual is very much different than the one on the left, right? And then for drink, I'll select this color, light teal. Total revenue by channel and total revenue by product category. Okay, and lastly, here we need total orders, right? So I'll remove this total revenue and I'll place total orders. Okay, and for changing the color of the slice, I'm just wondering, for retail I would need some other color which is not used in any of the slices, so maybe I'll select this one. And then for distributor, for online, I'll have to select some other color, I believe. Let's see. No, for online it's not properly visible. I'll select this color. No, maybe I think I'll go with yellow. And then for the distributor, I'll select, I think, green color. We may have to do a lot of experimentation with some colors at times, and you know, I think I'm fine with this finally. Okay, I mean, even if I click on focus mode, you can clearly see the colors, right? So this is done, and it seems that finally our entire dashboard has been properly created. No, I mean, finally we also have to place these slicers and everything, right? Uh, so what I will do is I think I'll keep slicers, two slicers on the left and one slicer on the space besides the third card. Okay, so let me see, and I'll place this here so that like the space is properly getting utilized and nothing is seeming nothing is looking blank on the entire dashboard, right? Let me resize this and here I'm going to place just the two categories in the field section. I'll click on filter, click on product category, select all, uncheck the blank. Okay, click on formatting visual, click on effects, turn off background, and then what I'm going to do is for the slicer setting for the values, right? For the values I will change the color to light teal. So now you can clearly see I'll increase the size to maybe, let's say, 1.5 or maybe 2.0. Okay, and then we also have to I'll turn off the slicer header, click on general, click on title, I don't think I would need a title, I believe, right? Because this is self-explanatory that this is like drink and food, right? So let me click on slicer settings, and I'm just wondering, should I select tile? Oh my god. Or should I stick with I think the tile seems okay to me. So I may have to do the changes for the values once again. Click on background for the tile. Okay, now it's looking much appropriate, right? I've just changed the color to navy blue for the tile, so that I know it looks pretty uniform and it's consistent. I'll ensure that the value is looking bold, so that we can click on the slicer here and the data will be automatically refreshed and it will change accordingly. Okay, so now I'll place the two slicers on the left, and that will add to the beauty of the dashboard. All right, so I place the cursor on the left and then place the slicer. Here I will click the vertical, keep it as vertical. So now we are done with what these donut charts have been done. So now we would need a slicer by channel, right? So I'll place the channel in the field section, and then once again I'll click on filter, click on channel, select all, uncheck the blank, so that you don't see blank here. Okay, click on slicer settings. We would need the vertical list, and just cross checking that. Click on effects, turn off the background, and then click on visual, click on values, change the color to light teal, then increase the size to 1.5, and also ensure that it is bold. I'll further increase the size to what, 2.0. No, I think I'll try to keep it 1.7. maybe I'll stick with 1.5, so that anyone can clearly see that this is these are options. You just have to click on them and the data will be refreshed accordingly. Okay, and then final slicer, place the cursor on the page, click on slicer, I'll resize this once again, and here I'm going to place the quarter. So place the order date in the field section, click on I'm just wondering, click on data hierarchy. Okay, all right. Remove year, remove month, remove day. So now you can see the 4 quarters here. Okay, I'll click on filter and select all, uncheck the blank. So now you don't see any blank here, right? Click on format a visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off background, and then click on visual, click on values, change the color to light teal, increase the font size to what, let's say 17, or maybe let's say 20. Try to further increase it to, let's say, 25. Click on format a visual, click on general, turn on the title and scroll down, change the color to light teal. Turn off slicer header, click on title and then write quarter. I'll increase the size to 17. Scroll down, align it in the center and ensure that it is bold so that you can clearly see this here. Okay, and I'll do the changes for this slicer. Turn off slicer header, click on general, click on title, and here I'll write channel. Change the color to light teal, click on bold, place it in the center. Okay, or maybe what I will do is I'll try to place the title in on the left so that it does not look more confusing or interfere with the options. I'll scroll down, turn on the title. It accidentally got turned off. I'll allow it to remain in the left hand side, and I'll do the same thing for this particular slicer also. Okay, so now it's not interfering at all. So now our entire dashboard is finally ready. It took so much time, right? My goodness. Okay. So once again, thank you so much for being patient with me and watching this video so far. In case you know if you have watched this so far, I really appreciate your patience. I honestly mean this. All right. So now let's get started with the presentation. All right. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shiva Krishnan, and I'm working here as a Power BI analyst. And before I get started with the presentation, I would like to uh, point out one thing that all this verbiage, all these statements that I've used for the presentation, most of them are used by me. Few things here and there I've taken the help of AI, but most of them have been my own writing. All right. So let's get started with the presentation part. Okay. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shiva Krishnan, and I'm working here as a Power BI analyst. Today, I will be presenting key insights from our Power BI dashboard, highlighting the performance metrics and trends that are driving our success as the largest retail supermarket chain. This data-driven analysis will provide actionable insights to enhance our strategic decision making and operational efficiency. So let us get started with our presentation. So to begin with, I like to present the data for food and drinks both combined, highlighting the total revenue, total orders, and average order price. Now, while I do the presentation, I will like to do some changes. This is average order price. So our total revenue stands at $17.91 million, and we had a total orders of 53,000, and our average order price is 341. I'll do some changes here so that it's properly visible. Do give me few minutes, and I'll really appreciate the patience. So you can clearly see that the average order price stands at $341. Okay. So now just food products alone had created a revenue of $16.37 million from a total of 47,000 orders with an average order price of 345. Now looking at the drink section, drinks had an average order price of 300, contributing to a total revenue of 1.54 million from 5,146 orders. So this clearly indicates that comparison to drinks, the food products have done incredibly well. So this is what I would like to point out, that there is a possibility that extensive marketing may not have been done to promote, and in case if you want to see the reason behind by my assumption, it's because the order value, right? So if we look at the difference in the orders for the drinks and the difference in orders for food, right? There's a huge difference. Okay, there is a strong possibility that the average order price for the drink has been pretty high. And if I click on drink, It is 300, so it is still sufficient. Okay, it's high. I mean, it's at par with the average order price for food, but date the number of orders for the drinks is relatively less. It's just as 5,146. And when you look at the total orders for food products, it's 47,000. So clearly this indicates that for the beverages, enough marketing may not have been done, and that is one of my assumption behind this. Okay, so now, so if you look at the statistics, right, it's just a mere 9.71 percentage of the total orders for food products. If you do the comparison, if you look at the total orders, the contribution of the drinks orders were just 9.7 percentage. Okay, so that is something I like to point out. And moving forward, let's take a look at the breakdown of total revenue, total orders, and average order price by channel. Okay, so through our distributor networks, we had fetched a total revenue of $6.1 million from total orders of 18,000 orders, with an average order price of $334. And by leveraging our online marketing channels, we had produced a revenue of $3.11 million from 12,000 orders at an average order price of 259. Okay, and now in comparison to these two channels, our retail marketing channels had done really very well, excellent job. So by utilizing our retail marketing channels, we had achieved $8.7 million in revenue from 22,000 orders at an average order price of $391. So, this clearly indicates that our retail marketing channels had done an incredible job in comparison to other two channels, and the data suggests that our online marketing strategy needs to go through some revision because it brought lesser revenue, and its revenue percentage to the total revenue is just 17.36. So 17.36, approximately 17%. That is the contribution of the revenue bought through online channel. And in stark contrast to that, the retail channel had bought in a huge percentage. I mean, so if you look at the retail channel's percentage to the total revenue, their percentage is 48.63%. Okay, so progressing further, let us take a detailed look at detailed dissection of quarterly revenue, orders, and average order price. So first quarter of the year had fetched us a total revenue of $3.42 million through a total of 9,405 orders at an average order price of $363. Now moving further, when we look at the second quarter, right, whereas the second quarter had witnessed a total revenue of $3.85 million from a total of 11,000 orders at an average order price of $362. Now in comparison to this, quarter 3 had witnessed an increase in revenue, and this quarter had produced a total revenue of $5.16 million from a total of 15,000 orders at an average order price of $334. And finally, the fourth quarter has done remarkably well in comparison to all the other quarters. So, fourth quarter had created a total revenue of $5.48 million from a total of 17,000 orders at an average order price of $321. So clearly this has been the best time of the year, and I'm referring to the fourth quarter. So this also shows us that first quarter had a slow start, and we can try changing our marketing strategy so as to induce people to buy more during the first quarter. And as a side note, they may need to further drill down to see if non-seasoned items were bought in excess in the first quarter, which may have led to a slower start. Okay, now moving ahead, let us have a detailed segmentation of revenue by product group. Okay, so the top three product groups were wheat, flour, oil, and yeast. I'll highlight the revenue bought by each items. So wheat had yielded a revenue of $4.5 million, followed by oil, which had generated a revenue of $2.8 million, and finally it was followed by yeast at $2.2 million. So these were the top three product groups in terms of revenue. And in contrast to these, the bottom three product groups named cassava starch, tea, and tomato sauce had brought us less than $0 million. Okay, it's nowhere close to $1 million, far less than that. You can see this in the tomato sauce, tea, and cassava starch. They are the bottom performing product group. They are bottom performing product group, and they did not perform well in any of the quarters. Neither in quarter one, not in quarter second or quarter third quarter, or so they did not perform well in any of the quarters. And if we were to go by these statistics, then we may need to review if this was due to the type of brands which had supplied these products, or was it due to insufficient demand for these product groups. So historical consumption data along with the data for brands is needed to find out the root cause behind poor performance of these product groups. Now let us have a detailed month-wise comparison of total revenue and total orders. So the best month throughout the year has been October, and that had produced a revenue of $1.95 million from 6,105 orders. Okay. Now, in comparison to that, the month of February has been the worst, and in terms of revenue, did not even produce even $1 million, and it had just 2,792 orders. So proceeding further, let us review the revenue data by sales person. So the top three salespeople were Carla Ferreira, Julio Lima, and Gustavo Gomez. Now, these three salespeople had fetched a revenue of $4.7 million, $3.3 million, and $2.4 million, respectively. So, in short, these three salespeople had contributed to a total of $10.4 million. And that is a whopping 58% from just three salespeople. So, that is incredible. It's completely incredible, and let us have a huge round of applause for them for their fabulous job. So, lastly, in terms of total orders taken by salespeople, these same salespeople, Carla Ferreira, Julio Lima, and Gustavo Gomez, these three were the same ones who had led the tally in terms of maximum orders taken. So Julio Lima had secured total orders of 10,000. I'll point that out in the graph. So you can see this that Julio had secured us 10,022 orders, followed by Carla Ferreira at 9,570 orders, and then that was again followed by Gustavo Gomez at 6,790 orders. Okay. So once again, let us give a big hand to these people, and they certainly deserve a standing ovation for their great work, and they may need to be rewarded by good bonuses, so as to help us with more success in coming future. You know, so to summarize this entire presentation, here is my final analysis. Food products did incredibly well, and so the marketing strategy for drink section needs a complete review. Retail outlets had done an excellent job in comparison to other channels, and again, I would like to bring to your attention that online marketing strategies need to be reviewed, because in comparison to the revenue brought through retail outlets, online marketing channels did not contribute that much. And if you look at the trends in current years, you would have figured out that online shopping has been on the rise. So if the revenue generated through online marketing channels is not good enough, then obviously the marketing channels would need to be reviewed and would need to be changed. The last quarter had been the best quarter, which is fourth quarter, and in contrast, first quarter had performed poorly. And to establish the actual root cause for this, additional data for items bought in the first quarter is needed. Okay, and the best performing products were wheat flour, oil, and yeast, and the worst performing products were cassava starch, tea, and tomato sauce. So, in order to establish the real root cause behind their bad performance, historical consumption data along with data on names of brands of these products is needed. So, what I mean to say is that people do consume tea in good quantities in general. So, in case if it's a poor tea brand, we have to find out if it is a poor tea brand, or was it a poor tomato sauce brand which would have led to the decline in sales. Was that the reason, or was it that there was no consumption at all for these products? So we would need to find out the historical consumption data along with the data on names of brands for these products, so that I can come up with further analysis for that. Okay, so that through that we can help find out the real root cause analysis. And in terms of months, October has been the best month of the year, as it had the highest revenue in comparison to the other months, and February was the worst. And finally, three salespeople, Carla Ferreira, Julio Lima, and Gustavo Gomez, have to be appreciated for their stellar sales performance, and these three had contributed to 58% of the total sales. So, coincidentally, these three individuals were also the highest order takers, and that also is testimony to the fact that they did well at sales. So by rewarding these three individuals with awesome incentives and rewards, they may contribute to our success in upcoming years as well. And in and an interview with them could help us with valuable insights that can help other team members as well. Okay, so these are my findings. So that's it in today's presentation from my end, and I will be happy to perform additional data analysis and answer your questions if any. So I really like to thank you very much for your valuable time and patience throughout this entire presentation. Thank you so much.